Hey guys, welcome back to Input, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Downtown Donarimaus and Guchirimasu. So, yeah, totally screwed those names up, totally butchered them like no other. I'm sure I did, but that's the fun of the game, right? So, this is an alternate head for your Transformers, Titans Return, Fort Max, or Takara Legends, LG Grand Maximus, or Takara Legends Fort Max, or San Diego Fort Max. That mold, this is a new head for that figure. So, he's got some, I'll go ahead and I'll jump straight into paint applications and where it's all applied, because it can be a little difficult to see where the paint is. The paint, anywhere that you see that's blue, is painted. So this is paint, this is paint, this is paint, that's paint, this is paint, this is paint. Yeah, so anywhere that you see is this baby blue color is paint. Some really nice tampography here on the side. Right here up front, on the other side. Now this is a logo of Einstein sticking his tongue out, wrapped around an atom or a universe or something. And then the face, I believe this is their mascot. I did a little bit of research on this comedic duo, and I think this is like their mascot face. I don't read Japanese, and Google Translate isn't the best. So that's my understanding. And you also got the Takara Tomy Made in Vietnam stamp right here on the side. And that's it. Transformation is just like your Fort Max head. So you fold these in, bring the legs down, swing the arms around, just like so. Bring the legs down. Now, you might want to be a little careful. They are painted and they are pretty well in there. Now, downside to all this paint is that this is going to get scratched up if he's just standing on a shelf or something, because that is a lot of paint. Just be really aware of that if you guys end up getting this. Transform the arms, spin the arms around, and the whole idea of the figure is that it's got a swappable head. It's got two heads, and each head represents one of the comedic duos. So before I pop that on, I'm going to take a look at the heads. This is your standard Titan Master size head. So this is, I'm not sure which one this is, but there's one of the comedians. Unfolds. And it looks like this could be a new, I don't want to call it a new sculpt, but it could also be the Fort Max, Takara Tomy Fort Max LG figure. Could be his mold as well. So set that there. And this is the other head for the other comedian right here. The paint on these faces is really well done, and I like that there's small details like rivets and stuff, almost like their faces have been put together from metal or something like that, and then just put onto the back of a Transformer. And then they unfold just like every other Titan Master, and it is the exact same figure underneath after you unfold it. So try to focus as best I can. But yeah, it is the exact same figure, painted the exact same way, just with two different heads on the back of it. So, let's set him down there. We'll transform this guy, and we'll plop him on. Focus on the robot himself. Alright. And let me do this off camera. Doing it on camera is a little difficult. Now this connection port is super tight. You gotta get in there at the right angle. And something I just noticed, the paint on his lips is a different color, almost like a gunmetal, gray, versus the rest of the face being a straight silver try to zoom in on that so you guys can try to see that paint difference. See, there we go. So it's a very slight paint difference, very slight and different in color. And then we'll talk about tampografing right here. Tampografing on the chest is the same logo that was on the outside of the box that you guys hopefully saw during the unboxing video that I did. I wanted to do these two separately. So, and it's the Fort Max Cerebros mold, whatever you want to call it. It's that mold. So everything kind of folds onto the back. And we'll just pop this head off. And we'll pop the other one on, and we'll see what this one looks like. Right there. I kind of like that head a little bit better. I think it kind of suits the mold. It doesn't look as short and stumpy as this one. So, but yeah, man, the paint detail on this looks really, really good. And it's got right here, it says Science. It's got the names, their names, and then Science Laboratory right here on the chest. It's pretty hard to make out. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that on camera, but that's what it does say. It says their names up top, and then Science Laboratory down on the bottom. Now, the tampograph doesn't lend itself too well to this chest because it is very broken up, but you can make out exactly what it is from far enough away. But it's just when you get in a little closer, it doesn't really hold up too well. The back is just like Fort Max and Cerebros and all that stuff. And actually, let's bring that guy in, shall we? Bring in Grando. So, actually, that'll give some side-by-side comparisons to how the paint is done on the new figure. So, no Autobot logo, no Decepticon logo or anything. They're not either one. It's just in a celebrative celebration of their career, I guess. And the head, let's see. Yeah, okay. So this is the same mold as the Japanese Fort Max. It just, the coloring, just, the white makes everything on the mold stand out and make everything look a lot bigger than, I guess, what it really is. So, yeah. So, same exact figure, headmaster-wise, just different faces on each of them. So, he does not come with any weapons, any accessories. I think it would have been really cool if we got like a microphone or something with them. I think that would have been really neat. But he also does have a battery pack. So, just like the Fort Max Cerebros figure and Grand figure, there's a screw right here. Simply undo that screw and then pop open the back. Just pull the legs down. See, just like Fort Max, you just pop the legs and put your batteries in. They are AAAs, 2 AAA batteries. And he is already talking. So, he does make the Transformer noise. Just like this mold does. So, let me try that one more time, because I didn't press anything. So that might be a new sound effect. So where he speaks immediately after. So let's see. Okay, so you got your standard transformation noise. Okay, so the transformation noise on this guy is a little different. He transforms and then I guess says a joke or something, says whatever it is that he says. So let's press these down. Okay, just like on the Takara one, it's not like the US retail version where either side is a button. You got to press both of them down at the same time. Alright, it looks like that's it for the standard stuff that he says. I'm going to hold the buttons down now and see if there's a secret saying like on Fort Max or like on Grand Maximus. Oh, give me a second. Sorry, guys. No. Alright, let's put him in head mode and see if he says or does anything different. Alright, so that sounds like it's the same thing over and over. I'm going to hold the button down again and see what happens. Alright, it doesn't look like it's going to do anything there. Let's try one more time. Okay, he just said transform. Said transform again. Okay, so it sounds like everything that he says is randomized. And let me see if I can get to that switch that's right there. I guess that would be the city mode switch. See if I can get in there and see if he has anything, see if he says anything different while that switch is pressed. Actually, guys, I think they might have... Yep. So they removed the city mode switch from right here. So he only speaks in two different, while in two different modes. He'll speak in robot mode and speak in head mode. So that's what we're looking at. There's no city mode switch like on Grand here. See, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. There's a little black switch in there. For when he's in city mode, he says and does different things. But on this one, there's no switch actually. There's no switch actually in there. So that's kind of disappointing, but I totally get why. He doesn't come with a city or anything else. He just comes with what appears to be a lab coat. That's why he's dressed in all white, I guess, and then like with the sleeves rolled up maybe. So yeah. So with all that now, let's grab a Titan Master. Or a Titan. Let's grab Grand Maximus here. Let's put him in the shot. It is a big old boy, isn't it? Well, let's do what you're not supposed to do and raise the camera up. Alright. Okay, guys. So I'm going to transform him into head mode real quick. I guess I could have done that off camera instead of you guys watching the video and waiting for me to do it. But I guess we learn as we go. Right. Yeah, I'll go with that. So trying to be as careful as I can with the paint here. I don't want it to chip or anything. So see what it looks like in head mode. Now I gotta say, guys, that looks really, really goofy. Wow. I don't even know where to begin with this thing. That looks really, really crazy. So kind of goofy looking. All right, let's bring him down. Let's bring Grand to get him off of the table. And let's bring you guys back down to Earth. Woo! Aliens are real. All right. Let's do final thoughts on this guy, shall we? Final thoughts. This to me is extremely, extremely crazy that this is even a thing. I would never imagine that these two guys were Transformer fans or anything like that. But like I said, they are really big in Japan, so I'm assuming that someone in Takara Tomy is a big fan of theirs and thought it would be a really funny joke if they got a figure of some kind of like very surreal, ha-ha type of joke. So I'm pretty sure that's essentially what happened. They got contacted by somebody in Takara Tomy and said, "Hey, you want a figure?" And they pretty much agreed to it because I'd want my own action figure of myself. I think that would be really cool. So, but yeah, final thoughts on the guy. I think the guy looks really clean. Paint-wise is immaculate, and this mold in white really looks really good. Just in this all-white type of color. Grand looks really good with just the white as well. But there's something about the color scheme on this that I really do like. Now, I guess this would be the part of the review where I suggest whether or not that you guys should run out and go get it. Really, I was really looking forward to this thing. I'm not really that big of a fan of theirs, but I really do like this mold, and being a bit of a mold collector myself, this was something that just kind of caught my eye and I really, really liked. I don't know the number of these, how many got produced. I don't know that. It's very hard to find any kind of information on these figures at all. I'm sure somebody later on will reveal something. But yeah, should you guys go out and get this? That's totally up to you. I can't recommend the figure, but I cannot not recommend the figure. I feel like this figure is such a niche, just has like that really niche corner of the market to where I think that if you guys wanted it, you guys would be happy with it. If you guys wanted it and never got it, I think you guys would be happy either way. That kind of situation, I think that's what's going on here. So, like I said, it's hard for me to recommend, and it's hard for me not to not recommend it. So, if you are a completionist for this mold, luckily for you guys, there's only really 3, maybe 4 versions if you want to count. If you want to count the variants between the Fort Max mold, or the ones that go like on the Maximus brothers. There's 3, maybe 4. So if you're a mold completionist, then it's definitely a must-have, and it sucks that it's such a limited thing, and it sucks that it's kind of on the expensive side for what it is. But if that's what you're into, then by all means go for it. If you're not, and you're not really like into the whimsical side of Transformers or anything like that, then you're not missing out on anything really. So, like I said, it's up to you guys. However you guys want to, whatever you guys want to do, totally up to you on this one. Like I said, I can't recommend it, and I cannot not recommend it. So, don't know why that's so hard for me to say. I guess there's too many knots. So, as always, guys, I will see you next video. And as always, cut it out. Later.